Welcome back to the Real Highlights podcast. I'm your host Rob. So let's get right into it. Obviously, NBA players canceled games due to the shooting in Wisconsin. I think it's great. I think it's great that they did that. It's really sad that happened. Playoffs are starting today, Saturday. Giannis, I think they're gonna beat the Bucks and they'll move on to the second round officially. The Oklahoma and Houston plays at 5:30. That's going to be a really good game. And you have Portland Lakers, which Lakers should win pretty easily considering Damian Lillard's not going to play. Westbrook's playing tonight. I don't know. That could be bad for Houston, I think. He is averaging 30 points, but he's coming off the injury, and Westbrook is known to be inefficient. And Houston's all about efficiency, so that could cost Houston. I don't think it will, but it totally could. Paul George finally having a good game against Dallas. He has not had good games recently. He's been pretty inefficient. And speaking on Dallas, Kristaps Porzingis is out for the year for lateral torn meniscus, which really sucks. I don't think Dallas will end up escaping past the first round with no more Porzingis, but you never know. They have Luka Magic. Chadwick Boseman died. It's really sad. He's one of my favorite actors, Black Panther. They did get Black Panther 2 done, so that movie will be insane. And it's about a pandemic or virus, something like that, which is kind of funny considering Corona going on. Cliff Robinson, center for the Blazers, all-star. He was really good in college. He died as well. Everyone's dying. Let's see what's going on Sunday. So you have Boston, Toronto, second round, which is going to be really good. It's going to be fun to watch. This will actually be a competitive matchup. Many of the first round matchups are not very competitive. I guess you could consider Clippers, Dallas, and Oklahoma, Houston competitive, but none of the other matchups have been. You also have Denver versus Utah. So Utah can close it out here. But if Denver wins, it's tied up 3-3 and they go to Game 7, and Denver could pull off a 3-1 comeback, which would be insane. What else is going on? No, there's not much going on in the NBA world. I know. Let's check the MLB. What's going on in the MLB? I don't want to check the MLB actually. I know WNBA teams are also sitting out. I think the Lynx are doing much better than I expected them to. They don't have Maya Moore, and Bucks officially advanced to the second round right now. Messi going to Manchester City. It's pretty crazy. It'll be hard to get used to him not being in a Barcelona jersey, but I think it's great overall. It's changed. He'll end up at the end of his career playing in New York, Manchester's sister team, which is very interesting. And Manchester's manager is Messi's old manager, who's considered to be like the GOAT. NFL teams have not had a positive corona case in a while. What else is... In the MLB, Cubs are up 2, bottom 5th. Astros up 2, bottom 6. Twins down 2, top of the 7th. Let's make a comeback against the Tigers. Tigers destroyed us earlier. 8-2. What else is... There's not much else going on. So Bleacher Report recently released their who will be top 20 players in 2020 back in 2015. So let's check that out. in 2020 from 2015. Let's check this. So they wrote this in 2015. So at number 20, they have Jaylen Brown. It's not a bad pick. He's like a top 30 guy. I don't consider him top 20. I think there's better players than him, but he did have like a borderline all-star season. At 19, they have Dragon Bender, who's a complete bust, who is from Israel and is playing on the same team as Denny Abadia. I do not think Denny Abadia will be a bust because he's a different player than Dragon Bender. At 18, they have Jahlil Okafor, who actually had a really good rookie season, but his playstyle just does not fit in modern NBA. He'd be great in the 90s. But he averaged like 17 on 50%. Not bad. They have DeAndre Jordan, which is really surprising, because I did not consider DeAndre Jordan to be a top 20 player at his peak at all. And he's really good at defense, but he's not a very good offensive player. It's really surprising. They have John Wall at 16, and he was on the rise in 2015, and then he tore his Achilles, and then tore his Achilles again, and he's been pretty injury prone since, but I can totally see that at 16. Depends on how he'll come back, but before his Achilles, I totally think he was a top 20 player. 15, you have Bradley Beal. That's correct. I don't know where he is in the top 20, but he is definitely a top 20 player. Played out of his mind in this season, averaging 30 points. Carrying the Wizards, still couldn't do anything. He did not play in the bubble. Be interesting if any NBA team trades for him. I could totally see Brooklyn trading for him. I know the Lakers want him. The Lakers don't have assets, so. At 14, they have Andre Drummond, which is really surprising. I think his stats are a little inflated. He played on the Pistons. He's on Cleveland now, but I don't know. I don't think he's a top 20 guy at all. I wouldn't have predicted that. It's really interesting why they have him there. He's a defensive guy again. At 13, they have Towns. I totally agree with this. I think he's a top 10 guy. Great prediction by them. He can shoot. Defense is still a struggle, but he can dribble. At 12, they have Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson, top 20 player when he's healthy. He had 30 in that Game 6 before he tore his ACL. At 11, they have Giannis. Another one correct. I think he's top 3 in the NBA, but still, it's a prediction correct. They also have James Harden at 10. That's correct. I don't know if James Harden. I think James Harden is closer to 1 than he is 10, but maybe he's not. Maybe he's XX. At 9, they have Paul George. Who agree with this one? When Paul George is healthy, he is definitely a top 20 guy. Definitely a top 10 guy as well. Looks like he had that knee injury. At 8, they have Steph Curry. Totally agree with this one. We all know Steph Curry's top 20 guy when he's healthy. Obviously, only played 4 games this year. And in the recent one before the season got canceled, he had 27 points. And a crazy 35-footer. At 7, they have Blake Griffin. Not horrible. He was definitely a top 20 player last year, but he's injury prone, so that hurts him. At 6, they have Kyrie. Definitely a top 20 player. Don't know if he's 6, though. He has been injured, and ever since he left LeBron, he has just not been very good. At 5, they have Westbrook, top 20 guy. Don't think he's at 5, though, but really good player. At 4, they have Kevin Durant. And, still top 20 player when not injured. Good prediction. At 3, they have Boogie, DeMarcus Cousins. I would agree with that if he didn't get injured. He's averaging 27, 14. He definitely is. At 2, they have Andrew Wiggins. We all know Andrew Wiggins isn't a top 20 guy, not top 50 guy, maybe even not a top 100 guy. but they have him there. Super surprising. At number 1, they have Anthony Davis. Yeah, top 20 guy, definitely in the league. But they did not have LeBron in there, or Kawhi, or Damian Lillard, which are all guys you should project, because Kawhi is his Finals MVP by now. Lillard hit that crazy game winner against Houston. He's having breakout years. And LeBron, you should still expect him to be good, even though he's 36. Hope you guys enjoyed the podcast. There'll definitely be more to talk about on Wednesday, because the NBA games series will be over. Games will have happened by then. But hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to rate it 5 stars on Apple Podcasts. Leave a like on YouTube. It's everywhere you can think of. It's on Spotify. It's on SoundCloud. It's literally everywhere. Hope you guys enjoyed. Tune in for the next one.